You know, the more we hear about Google's Pixel 6a, the more I wonder if the strategy is going to change. Because yes, we have new leaks that give us a better idea of the Pixel 6a's camera and other specifications. We have more leaks of the OnePlus 10 Pro's internals, and that really sound alright. And it seems that governments want to force companies like Apple and Facebook to give us a single messaging application, because they're probably as tired as I am. I'm Jaime Rivera, and happy Thanksgiving to all those who celebrate. And also, the first link in the description will take you to all the best Black Friday deals that we found, which we'll keep on updating. This is Pocketnow Daily. There are no official news today because, let's be real, this is a week no one really wants to work. Not even me, but anyways, that said, let's begin today with the European Parliament that don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and don't see me weird, as you'll see why. Apparently, they just passed a measure regarding large tech companies like Apple, Google, and Facebook that would require their messaging applications to allow communication with other services. This means that all of the companies would have to figure out a universal communication method that ends up benefiting the user, where it wouldn't matter if you're texting through Facebook, your iPhone or Android device, or whatever. You should be able to message cross-platform. Now, a ton of these laws don't end up happening, and I'm looking at you, standard charging connector, but we have seen cases like Apple's recently announced self-service repair, which kind of took years of pressure. So yeah, let's see if it evolves, because I'm honestly tired of having different applications to talk to different people. Now let's move on to Apple and Apple Silicon, but not for the reasons you'd think. At least not yet. This one is about phones and modems. According to a new report from Nikkei Asia, TSMC will begin producing Cupertino's first in-house 5G modem chips for the iPhone in 2023. This move has been under development for a few years now, which was only enhanced by Apple's acquisition of Intel's entire modem business, because you'd think Intel would have been smarter about that too. That report also mentions that they plan to adopt TSMC's 4nm chip production technology in order to mass produce their first in-house 5G modem chip. And well, people familiar with the matter added that Apple is working on developing their own radio frequency and millimeter wave components to complement the modem, and they're also working on their own power management chip built specifically for this. By the way, this also lines up with previous reports that claim that Qualcomm would only handle 20% of the production of modems for the 2023 iPhones as Cupertino begins their transition. Finally, Nikkei says that they're currently using a 5nm process, but they will ship to 4 as soon as it's available, and at least for the modem, because apparently the A-series chips will be already moving to the 3nm architecture by then. So yes, Apple starting to continue controlling their own stack. That's kind of like Apple. Let's shift gears onto the OnePlus 10 Pro, and I'm really starting to believe those rumors of an early release, because these aren't stopping. So far, we've gotten multiple renders and some leak specifications here and there, but nothing too conclusive. Now we have a complete spec list for the OnePlus 10 Pro that comes from OnLeaks, and it shows some slight improvements over its predecessor. According to this, it'll be powered by whatever the name of the next flagship processor is from Qualcomm. You'll get options for 8 or 12 gigs of RAM and either 128 or 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage. And on the display, we're apparently getting a 6.7-inch Quad HD Plus display at 120 Hz, and other details include a 5,000 mAh battery and IP68 water and dust resistance. When it comes to the camera, we'll reportedly get a 48-megapixel main sensor accompanied by a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, an 8-megapixel telephoto, and then a 32-megapixel selfie shooter. I know, wouldn't it be crazy that where we want more pixels is in the telephoto? And then other rumors suggest that we could expect 125-watt charging, and as for the earlier release, it might just be in certain markets. Apparently, it could be launched in China in January or February, but other markets would have to wait until March or April as the chip shortage continues. Let's see if that actually happens, and I always get tongue twisted when I say chip shortage. And finally, for the hottest news today, yes, there's more Google Pixel 6a leaks because that's the way it usually goes. A couple of days ago, we covered the design leaks, and now we have more information on the internals. According to a new report from 9 to 5 Google, we might not get a downgrade to a lighter version of the Tensor chip, meaning whatever the flagship 6 series can do, like voice typing with the Google Assistant, live HDR, Magic Eraser, and others, this phone will also be able to do. Now, as for the rumors we covered recently, there are some conflicts. This source claims that the cameras will change. A Google Camera APK shows that this phone is codenamed BlueJay and that it's set to feature the same camera module we get from the Pixel 3 and also the 5a. This means a 12.2 megapixel main sensor and the 12 megapixel ultra wide, both of these being built by Sony. And then on the other hand, the selfie shooter will be the same we get from the Pixel 6, maybe? I mean, we still have a ton of time to wait, but given how we get flagship specifications on a phone or a lineup that was a mid-ranger before, and today's question let us know, I mean, what do you think the Pixel 6a should cost? Because considering the fact that it should be as capable as the other devices, I mean, it makes sense for them to not necessarily price it so low and for us to just get a smaller version. But then again, I think that if they go aggressive, that would be the best move Google could do to actually gain some traction in the market. But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, don't forget that the first link in the description will take you to the best Black Friday deals we found that will continue updating. And, well, if you want to get your news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles as you see me forget the outro whenever I change anything in it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.